I wonder who he's going to feud with first. If I was him, I would feud with Amish. You do. All right. Leave us. See ya. The program. Oh, nah. Yeah, I just started up a stream. But, so I did find out from watching another streamer's video, the eras can bleed into each other. So like you could, yeah. That's why I say, like, and I'm not trying to talk you into anything, but I was like, damn, Amish would really enjoy this. And like, eh. Can you believe the Giants are 4-1? Speaking of Barkley, did you see the poll I posted earlier? I said, who was the best player during the Jordan era to not win a championship? And I gave you options of Barkley, Ewing, Malone, or other. And I asked people that voted other to... I should have... when I put Malone, I should have done Malone/Stockton. Because it's not fair to say Malone, but not Stockton. I kind of, like, for the entire body of work, you can say Karl Malone, but it's tough for me not to say Charles Barkley when you look at how good that 93 Suns team was. I'm not going to say the wrong, so you don't think the Rockets get their back-to-back titles if Jordan doesn't go play baseball? So you basically think they win 8 in a row? Oh, I thought when you said that thing happened, I thought you were talking about his and then him retiring and going. or if you believe the conspiracy theorist, him getting suspended. Do you realize how many people would have had to have been part of that for that to... I mean, you would have had to tie Major League Baseball into that. I do not believe that that was a... Oh, let's have you do this so we don't have to suspend you. So what do you think of Daniel Snyder saying he's got all this dirt on Roger Goodell? Oh, you didn't hear about the... Oh. So how's it feel to be back at work? I mean, unfortunately, with that kind of job, because it's not a career job, people aren't going to care about it, especially young people. You know, because realistically, unless it's a like pizza chain and you get into some kind of management position, it's not a career. And when I say I mean, if you can get into like a Domino's or a Papa John's and get a man, it might be a career. But listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying might. So even with that, it's not. By the way, I did not include party audio on my stream, so what you say is not being broadcasted. No, Frog has been asking me not to, or telling me he doesn't. So I've just been, because I don't, if I say yes in the beginning, I can't change it without stopping the stream and restarting it. I'll tell you what, that finals loss in '95 killed Nick Anderson's career. That game one where he missed all those free throws that cost them game one, he was never the same after that. I think somehow, some way, whether it's expansion or relocation, I think the NBA is going to end up in Vegas and Seattle. Yeah, but unfortunately, I mean, when two investors from Oklahoma City buy the team, the writing's on the wall that they're not going to. I know that part of the agreement was you got to make a good faith effort to try to keep the team and see, but. And I know the CEO of Starbucks even tried to sue the team, people he sold it to keep them, to get the team back, but he lost that in court. My thing is, you're the owner of Starbucks. You're making buku money. Why would you even sell the team? You sell the team, you get upset that the new owners are going to move them out of Seattle, and all of a sudden you try to sue and say you want the team back. Well, then, why did you sell them in the first place? I'm pretty sure when the Thunder left Seattle, they left the colors, the everything, I'm pretty sure they can be the Supersonics again. Much like when Baltimore left Cleveland, they left the Browns' name, traditions. Thank God we weren't the Baltimore Browns. Because it's like when I worked at Comcast, there was an old supervisor that was a Browns fan. I used to tell him all the time, I said, the only bowl the Browns will ever see is the bottom of a tool bowl. If you get the drift. (25-23) at the end of the first quarter. So did you hear that Troy Aikman is under some criticism for comment he made about take the dresses off? He complained about, I think it was about hits on quarterbacks, and I will grant him, I will freely admit this, given the direction society has gone, saying take the dresses off was probably not the best choice of words. Because of what it while I know what the intent was, like I know what the intent of what he was saying was, but and then in the mid '90s, in the era that he played, you could get away with saying that, but not so much today. Amish said the world is a very friendly place, and it just keeps getting friendlier. And he says he's really glad that everybody is his friend. And I got oceanfront property in Arizona too. I started to say when I made that question about who was I started to say Clyde Drexler, but then I remembered he did win one with Akeem, and he was only on one of those championship teams, not both, right? It was a '95 one. Yeah, I vividly remember that because it was when they beat the Magic. He wasn't on the one where they beat the Knicks in the strike shortened shirt. No, that wasn't the strike shortened year. The strike shortened year was the Spurs beating the Knicks. That was the Spurs' first title, the strike shortened year. I can't believe essentially, because from what it sounds like, I can't believe essentially Tom Brady chose football over his family. Because that's what it sounds like they're possibly getting divorced over. I mean, is there any job that you could say you love so much that you would choose it over your wife? I'm not married, but I can't think of a... I get that, I guess. I just... If I recall, NBA season kicks off Wednesday. Ugh. Down by 10. So when season 6 of Cobra Kai starts, will you be getting Netflix back at least temporarily for... Probably not till next year. Oh, you'll be getting it back. You ain't gonna not watch Cobra Kai. Huh? So who do you like in the, I never did ask you, who do you like to win the World Series? I initially, a buddy of mine, the guy Matt that's in our chat that never comes in chat and talks, but he throws stickers up sometimes. He asked me the other day, and I initially said the Braves, but I find it hard. Like the more the more I think about it, the more I'm thinking Astros, which the biggest reason I want the Astros is so that people will hopefully stop talking about the cheating scam. Because let's not pretend they didn't. Okay, did they cheat? Yes. Did they also have a good team? Yes. It isn't like It isn't like they couldn't win without it. Okay, we don't know if they would have won. I'm not saying that. And was it a stupid thing they did? Yes. But it was stupid because they didn't need to do it. And here's the thing, like, I could make the same argument, the argument that people make about steroids, where they say, okay, it may help you hit the ball a little bit further, but it doesn't help your hand-eye coordination to hit the ball. Okay, even if you know what pitch is coming and where it's supposedly going to be pitched, number one, just because you know the pitch that's called and where it's supposed to end up, as you well know, pitcher can have every intention of throwing the ball on the, outside portion of the plate, but that doesn't always happen. And just because you know where the pitch is supposedly going to be and know what the pitch is, you still actually have to hit it. So, I mean, to me, just like steroids, it's like, how much of a difference did that really make? But like, Jose Altuve is a great player. Did it really make him that much better? And I'm not even sitting here saying that, yes, knowing what's coming and knowing where the pitch is supposed to go, obviously, if you lock in on a portion of the plate and you know the pitch that's supposed to be coming, you do have a better chance of hitting it. But you still have to hit it. And last time I checked, there are 9 fielders. So just because you hit it doesn't mean it's not going to get caught. I just would love, part of me would love to see them win another World Series, so that way it's like, okay, shut up about 2017. Pretty good game, Amish. It's 63-60. By the way, I did go back to pro. I realized, like, if I'm not, like, unless I start winning, like, 10, 15 games in a row, I'm still losing games on pro, and it's just, I wasn't having any fun. Like, I wasn't having fun on All Star. Like, I was playing decent defense, but when you're only shooting 34%, and you can't get by a guy on defense to even possibly get a layup. Ugh. I'm truly glad you had fun on your trip. Buck Williams. Here's an interesting basketball question for you. Who do you think because of injury had more wasted potential, Grant Hill or Penny Hardaway? Oh, don't I? Hey, you ain't got to tell me. He signed a 4-year deal with the Magic and played like 40 games for them. And you heard what that now. I love Penny. I think Penny could have been a 90s version of what Luka Doncic is now. But you've also heard, I've said it to you before, I think a healthy Grant Hill was on track for being LeBron before LeBron. Yes, they did when he was in Detroit. And there were some people that claimed that he had a more complete game. As far as, there were some people that thought he had a better rebounding game, better passing. I mean, he was the man when he was in Detroit before he got hurt. The thing I like about him is he's a guy that has every right to be bitter because of the injuries. He's basically stealing his career, but he's not. Ooh. Don't get old. What are you doing, building playbooks?
Clyde Drexler.
87 to 85. Yep, 2 points or one basket. Oh wait, did I hear you say the Packers cut Mason Crosby? Well, oh, I thought that. I was gonna say I've heard of kickers getting released in the middle of the season before, but I didn't realize Mason Crosby was. Aside from good defense, that's one thing the Ravens have always had: good kickers. I'm a I'm a firm believer, and I've tweeted this many times at him, and he's actually responded to me every time I've said it. I truly believe this. Matt Stover belongs in the Hall of Fame. Well, I mean, if you go back and look at the Ravens' first Super Bowl, they didn't score a touchdown for 4 games. Now, obviously, there were some defensive touchdowns in that mix. But when you don't score a touchdown for 4 games and you win all 4 of those games, the kicker's doing something right. I just don't think he gets the credit he deserves for how good he was. Frog thinks I'm weird because I've told him at different times. I said, you know, when I'm playing a franchise, I want to lose sometimes. You know how boring it would be to play basketball, like go 82-0 every season. Like, I want a realistic record. And like, there was a game when I was playing my Sonics franchise, because, you know, I got multiple franchises I'm running. I ended up beating the Wizards by almost 50 points. And I was getting bored during the game. It's like, I don't want to be up by 40 points during the game. Like, I want competition. Do you believe that Michael Jordan purposely kept Isaiah off that team? Like, I mean, you watched The Last Dance. That's why I was asking you what you thought. I didn't know. The only, the only way I see him literally being able to is if he said to the people in Chuck Daly and the other people in charge of USA Basketball was, if you want, like, it's either he goes to Barcelona or I go. And let's face it, I mean, the whole idea behind the Dream Team centered around Michael playing with Magic and Bird. If you don't have Michael, and I say this with all due respect to Magic, with all due respect to Larry Bird, with all due respect to all the other players on the Dream Team, if you don't have all three of those guys, the quote-unquote Dream Team is pointless. And I'm sorry if like, I'm sorry, Scotty. Fact is, you were the second best player on the Bulls. But there's no shame in being second best to the guy who is arguably the best. Like, check your ego at the door. Like, I mean, here's the thing. Like, to listen to Scotty say that he feels like Jordan was condescending during The Last Dance and made it seem like all of his teammates were underlings to him. I mean, what do you want Michael to say? I went back to that documentary at least 10 times. Michael said, I couldn't have done it without Scotty. What more how much more does that man need to stroke your ego? I like the whole Dennis needs a vacation. I need a vacation. You let him go to Vegas, we'll never see him again. Now, I know we have the benefit of hindsight, but do you agree with what Jerry Krause did? Breaking up the... Like I said, we had the benefit of hindsight, so we know it didn't work. But do you agree with Michael that we should have had the right to be the ones to say when this ends? But do you really... I will say this. If the conversation that Phil laid out, where Jerry Krause told him, I don't care if you go 82-0, you're not coming back next year. If that, I have a problem with that. Because that shows that you're only doing this from in the standpoint of from the standpoint of Phil, you're doing this because you don't like the guy. How are you going to tell somebody, I don't care if you go 82-0, you're not coming back next year? He could have easily said, I'm going to be possibly looking in another direction. There's a lot of things he could have said. Not, oh, you're definitely coming back. I don't care if you go undefeated. I mean, that's an asinine thing to say. That would be like the Buccaneers saying to Tom Brady, I don't care if you throw 100 touchdown passes and we win another Super Bowl and you want to come back next year, we're not going to sign you. I mean, you're only setting yourself up to look like an idiot. I mean, I don't. The one thing I'll say this: I don't think I understand where Michael's coming from, where he says we should have had the right to decide when that broke up. But even though I understand why, even though I understand it, I don't agree with it because you can't let the inmates run the asylum. Now, could that Bulls team have won another championship or two? Sure. But, you know, Scotty didn't really have a lot of good years after he left the Bulls. Now, if I recall, correct me if I'm wrong, because now Rodman did go on to win another championship or two. Wasn't he on the list? Wasn't he with Kobe and Shaq? And I don't care what anybody said. I still can't believe that starting lineup of Kobe, Shaq, Karl Malone, and Gary Payton didn't bring home a title. Just goes to show you it's not all about the names. It looks like I'm going to lose this game. Puts me well. Gives me more ping pong balls to get Shaq. That's next season. I haven't gotten through the first year yet. I lost 121 to 115. But with that, I think I'm going to head to bed for the night. I will talk to you in the mañana. You as well, sir.